Hello, welcome to day 139. We've got one goal for today, and that's really to get a baseline idea of what it is you know about waves and what you need to learn. Waves is incredibly important. Waves govern how we hear sound, um, how we see things. Two incredibly important senses, right? Um, they also govern energy transfer for a lot of things that are really important, right? Like you're looking at me right now, and it's warm out. It's a nice warm day. That's all waves. So let's get started. First, if you haven't done the warm up yet, please do it. Go ahead and pause the video now and then come back. If you have done it, here we go. A wave. What's a wave? Well, let's look. There's lots of different things, but what's a wave? All right, what makes a wave a wave? We're going to get into this more in depth, but anything that travels through a medium from one location to another, that's a wave. So you whip a rope, and the energy transfers or travels down that medium. You whip your extension cord or a necklace, anything like that. You do this with your blankets, and the wave travels. Those are all waves. You throw a rock or a pebble into a lake, and you see the energy travel through that medium, the water. It's all a wave, and there's lots of other examples. Okay, characteristics. Well, like what kinds of things describe a wave? How big or small it is, right? And waves have a few different dimensions. They can be tall or short. You've been to the ocean, hopefully, and maybe you've seen waves that are really narrow, like they're not very long. They're like this, and then you've maybe seen other ones that are really spread out, right? Like they're low and super wide. There's others that are narrow and tall. Um, so we've got a length dimension, a height dimension, um, maybe how fast they occur, right? Like how quickly they move, their speed, um, how often they come by. Right? Some waves only come by every once in a while. Some come by very rapidly. If you ever watched a speaker go on a stereo system and you watch it vibrate, for different types of sounds, it moves slowly. For others, it moves really fast. So, lots of different things you could think of there. Um, okay, let's go over your warm up from yesterday. Examples for how waves show up in your daily life. Well, anytime you talk or listen, that's waves. Maybe you make a wave in the bathtub or you slosh something around in a cup. Your cell phone signal. If you're watching this on Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi, it's a wave. Um, that energy going from the router to puberty, right there, going from the router to your device, whether it's your phone or computer. That's waves. If you use your phone, your cell phone signal. I'm just reading all this stuff here. Um, that happened there, right? You're feeling the vibrations, waves. Um, okay, what's light made of? Ooh, this is very complex. We can't hold it, right? But it's an electromagnetic wave. It's massless, and there's lots of things that you can look at with this. There's something called a particle or a wave particle duality when it comes to light, and so Mr. Anderson from Bozeman Science talks about that here. But usually, students have questions like, "How can something be massless?" And it turns out it's not a thing. Um, and so, if you want to know more about photons, there's a link to those here. And how is it that a particle can have zero mass? Well, here, take this as far as you want. What do your eyes detect when you see something? Great article about this right here. Science and vision. How do we see? Your eyes have some parts. But basically, when the photons, and if you're not sure what those are, you can look them up. When they hit the excuse me, when the photons hit the pigments inside your cells, it triggers some signals, right? And those things get passed along to your brain. Oops, and really, And that in turn, your brain interprets those signals, and that registers to you as things that you see. Um, let's see. Sorry, a little bit short on time. Echolocation is how a bat sees, so that's location via sound, right? And more information about that here. The last thing for today is a knowledge inventory on waves. So I tried to make this just a one document thing, and I couldn't. Um, and so here's the deal. There are a number of images which are here, and I will pull those up now. So we've got a number of questions, and oh, I can't scroll. Okay, waiting forever. So we've got questions about things with fixed ends and loose ends. A fixed end is clamped. So what's going to happen when this wave hits the end? Is it going to reflect back the same? Is it going to reflect back reverse? Is it going to flip upside down and reverse? Is it going to flip upside down but be in the same order? These are really the choices for the first few. We've got a sound pulse here for number 3 that hits a wall. For these, you've got somebody taking a rope and going like this. Let me try and get this. So going like whipping their hand, right? Up, down. You've probably done this with a hose or a rope or something before. And so we want to know, where does position A go? So if you did this, right, you whip your hand, and so this wave pulse is traveling along, right? And this is just moving along. Imagine watching a wave move across the ocean. Where is position A going to be in the next frame? Is it going to be in the same spot? Is it going to now be higher as this wave moves along? Is it going to be lower? Is it going to move to the side? What's going to happen? So the next few questions, all these over here, are about that. And then the last few questions with pictures are about this. Someone just going like this quite a few times. Right? And so these waves are moving across. And we want to know, if you advanced one frame, now where's this going to be? All right, so similar type of question. And then all the rest of the questions are, there's one more question here. And then everything else is over on here. All right, so you can see all the rest of the questions are over here on Schoology. And that should be pretty straightforward. I asked you some questions about color and definitions and things like that, just to see what you know. Okay. So hopefully that all makes sense. For this last one, you have to do some ordering. Don't look up at the answers. And when you're done, you can check the answers. The answers are all there for you. And then we're going to build from here, right? Starting tomorrow with what waves are and why they're important and all that other good stuff. So happy Tuesday. See you